Hello, everyone. I appreciate the media joining us today and everything. We've got an historic announcement for sure, and we're joined by our Senate President and our Speaker of the House, and Craig Blair's with us, and Roger Hanshaw, and I think what you'll see is three men joining hands together and doing something really, really special for the people of West Virginia. You know, I've said it over and over. I said it in my first State of the State address that we've got to put a stake in the sand and make education our centerpiece in West Virginia. So with all of that and everything, there's no question along the way, what did that do to really help us? Well, what it really did is it helped us change our image. You know, West Virginia is no longer that dark and backward or poor state and everything. We're absolutely emerging as that diamond in the rough that I wanted it to be so badly, and all these gentlemen are with me wanted it just the same. So along the way, you know, what we did is we did 2 historic 5% pay raises for all of the people that work in government and everything, all of our teachers, all of our service personnel, all the people that make all the services happen every day for all the great people of West Virginia. Now with that, in addition to all that, you know, we have also gone through this horrible pandemic. Along the way, we've minded the store the way we should have. We absolutely maintained, for all practical purposes, a flat budget. We didn't grow budget. We didn't wastefully spend your money. But absolutely, we made it through this thing, and we continue to kick out surplus after surplus after surplus. Our state is doing really good, really, really good. Is there a lot of people out there that are still really hurting that we need to help? Absolutely, without any question. We need to keep flipping stones and try to do everything we possibly can to help all the citizens of West Virginia, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Just because our state's doing good doesn't mean that it can't do better. We have absolutely positioned our state to do more and more and more goodness, bring opportunities, bring more jobs, more and more and more. But with all of that, we had a lot of people really stand up, did we not? Did we not have a lot of people in government come to work every day? Did we not have a lot of people that stood up right in the face of everything, whether it be corrections or whatever it may be, to be able to keep our government functioning? Did we do so, and did we do so correctly? Absolutely. We had teachers go on the job, and our service personnel, our cooks and our custodians, to be able to keep our kids in school. We did so much goodness with a lot of great people that were right there on the front lines doing it. Now, they ran to the fire. They stepped up, and they were really courageous. And today, with our state doing as well as it's doing, you know, we have had many discussions. We have had many, many discussions about, are we in a position to be able to do an additional pay raise at this point in time? Are we there? You know, pay raises historically have been a 1 or 2% deal, and we did 5%, 5% back to back, but 5% was the biggest ever, and we did it back to back. So today, I'm here to very, very proudly announce to you that, you know, in the up and coming, session, we are going to join hands together. We're going to do an additional 5% pay raise for all state employees, and absolutely, we're going to stand united and try to get all that passed. Now, there'll be differentiation of opinions along the way, won't there? And many people will say, well, I don't know that we ought to do that and everything else, and they'll go through this and everything. We got a lot of people hurting across our state. Well, we do. But it's our responsibility right here to look after all the people in the state of West Virginia. However, we've got to look after our employees as well. So through all that, you know, as they've stood up and everything, we want to reward all their work and everything, as well as continue in every way, every possible way, to do anything and everything we can to make it better for everybody in the state of West Virginia. So in addition to this, we have a situation going on in this country, and there's no point in sugarcoating this. I mean, Just watch what's going on with the Biden administration. I mean, let's just be fair. Be fair. You know, they've lost their way. You know, many things, whether it be the border, or it be Afghanistan, or it be this runaway inflation that we're dealing with right now. So many different things that the administration is coming down, filtering back down from D.C. is absolutely causing our people in West Virginia an everyday struggle in addition to what's going on in all their lives in each and every way. So we're going to do, in addition to our 5% pay raise for our people, we're going to do a one-time, basically it is an inflation vaccine. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a 2.5% of their pay. We're going to do it as a one-time supplement to try to help them get through the situations that they're in right now today. Right today. They're getting ready. They're contemplating Christmas dinner. They just went through Thanksgiving dinner. You know, they're contemplating how they're going to fill their cars up with gasoline with the inflated prices. On and on and on, and who knows what's going to happen to our energy prices through the middle of this winter. But with all that being said, we're going to do this inflation vaccine. We're going to call it, and this, you can blame me for this if you want, but I love this name. We're going to call it an inflatocene that basically is just an inflation vaccine. So our inflatocene is going to be a 2.5 one-time payment to all of our government employees that we're going to get out as soon as we possibly can, and you know, once we get the blessings of all the House and the Senate. So with all that, you know, I'm going to now pass and turn over, you know, discussion to our Senate President and our Speaker of the House, and but I go on and on by just saying just this: how we're able to do this. We got West Virginia right side up. And with all of that, we've absolutely got on our way, have we not? Now, through all this, you can say what you want, but you can see not only Republicans, you can see us all, but you can see Republicans stepping up right now. Stepping up to the plate again right now and saying, we want education as our centerpiece. Absolutely, we want that. And in addition to that, we want to take care of our people as best we possibly can with this inflatocene. Absolutely, Washington has got, there's no point in me going on and on about it. It is absolutely gospel fact. We have lost our way in D.C. We absolutely have lost our way. And with all of that, now we've created a burden on top of our people beyond belief. Now, with that, we want to continue to help all West Virginians, and that's what we're trying to do, but we've got to address our state employees. So with all that, I commend everybody that's made all the right moves on the chessboards. I mean, just think, everywhere you turn now, we're paving a road. Everywhere you turn, we're fixing a slip or building new guardrails. Everywhere you turn, you see more and more folks coming into our state with, you know, from the standpoint of tourism. The other day, I was at Lost River State Park. Steve McDaniel told me at that point in time that this year alone, we will have over 9 million visitors to our state parks this year. 9 million people will come to our state parks. It is unbelievable the number of people that are coming to West Virginia, and it can get better and better and better. Now, with all that, we've pumped out surpluses. And with those surpluses, we want to reward our people. We don't want to be wasteful, but we want to reward our people for a lot of great work that they've done. So congratulations to all those people, and we got to get it through the House and the Senate. And I'm going to turn to our Senate President right now and let him talk to you, and then I'm going to go back to our Speaker of the House.
Well, thank you very much, Governor. I appreciate your leadership and us being here today to be able to speak to the people of West Virginia, and especially our state employees. Look, all three of us and our members are out fighting the fight to make a better life for the people in West Virginia. Our state employees are there. I have not seen, since I've been elected in 2002, the optimism, how our state employees are working together as a team to be able to make West Virginia a better place to work, live, and raise your children. Look, we can do this, and the reason for it is that we got record low unemployment, record surpluses, record economic development. Our pension systems are in the best shape they've been in for decades, decades. And our state employees are at the forefront of fighting that fight right along with us. And there's a newfound spirit and optimism in the state of West Virginia for making this state where we all want to be. Now, this pay raise that we're proposing here, along with the one-time bonus of 2.5%, is a dividend being paid to our employees in the state. And it benefits all people in the state when we do this with the services that are provided. I can tell you that I think that, well, I'm confident that we'll have no problems getting this through the legislature and getting it done and recognizing our employees. But I want to speak to the employees at this point in time for just one moment. And that is, you didn't have to ask for this pay raise. You just keep doing the job you're doing. Give us feedback in the legislature. Help us help you do a better job for the people of West Virginia. And there'll be more of these into the future. We are rowing the boat in the same direction, working together as a team. And the coach of this team is the governor here as we stand today. He's leading the way. He talks about that rocket ship. We're on the rocket ship. We just need to keep going and take West Virginia from being 49th and 50th until first place in every category. And we're getting there. And it's time for us to reward in the dividends to those employees. So thank you, Governor, for your leadership. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your leadership. Because together, we're taking West Virginia. I get a big smile in my heart, not just in my face, on what we're doing for the people of West Virginia. They deserve it. It's long overdue, and they're getting it. So thank you.
Amen. Amen. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Governor. Mr. President, thank you. We do have a lot to be proud of in our state right now. It's a time to be optimistic about our state here in West Virginia, but it's also a time to recognize challenge, and it's a time to recognize when we have resources available to us to meet some needs that have gone unmet here in West Virginia for perhaps far too long. The pandemic of the past 2 years has helped us all see pretty clearly some of the problems that we've been perhaps neglecting for far too long, and that's the compensation that we give some of the people who protect the most vulnerable in our population, and that's our children. We're happy to be able to indicate that the House indicates support for the 5% pay raise for our public employees and for school teachers. We know that it's been a stressful time over the course of these past 2 years when people have had to deal with remote work situations that they normally wouldn't have been accustomed to, or have had to work in environments that have not necessarily been conducive to the usual performance of their jobs. And we've also learned that it's time for us as leaders to address some of the things that we don't often like to talk about, which is the double-digit vacancies that we have in some of our workers here in our state that look after children, who deal with some of the things that many of us as leaders take for granted that others are going to take care of in our society. We have chronic turnover in some of our most important state jobs here in West Virginia. We have to deal with that, and dealing with it in the form of compensation is an important part of that process. We're happy to be able to join with the governor today and indicate that as the House we do have support for the across-the-board pay raise, and we'll look forward to addressing that next month in the regular session. Governor, we thank you for having us here today.
No, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, thank y'all so much, and thank you for your support. And let's go forward. Let's go forward with doing something that will just benefit our state, benefit our services, benefit those folks and everything in many, many ways. I could not be more proud than to be introducing a 5% pay raise with these great men. But in addition to that, I absolutely am really proud of my Inflatocene. And I call it that and everything because it's just that. It's an inflation vaccine. I mean, really and truly, at this time right now, if you were a state employee and you were making $40,000, you know, and right now you're struggling trying to figure, well, what am I going to do about my Christmas presents? And I've got a bunch of stuff, you know, that's on either payment plans or layaway stuff and everything. What am I going to do about my Christmas presents? You know, my Thanksgiving dinner cost me a good bit more than what I expected it to cost. Every day I go and I fill up at a gas pump and everything, it costs me more. My gas bills are going to go up. Without any question, what am I going to do? And really, at the end of the day, this right here, this Inflado scene is going to absolutely put $1,000 back in your pocket, and it's going to put it back in your pocket immediately in a one-time lump sum check and everything. I don't know any other way that we can help and step up at this time of year. And absolutely, I want everyone to know that we all wish you the merriest of all Christmases. Absolutely, the holiday of the year that is the most sacred, maybe other than Easter. It is absolutely, without question, a time of year that we should reflect on all those that we've lost. Well over 5,000 people now that we've lost. This has been tough on everybody, but this state has been managed well, and our state continues to pump out those surpluses that give us the opportunity to do these things right here. We're going to continue to look after the store. And these great men right here with me and everything are doing a terrific job. And let's just all just stay together in this great state. And as we continue to pull the rope together, we're going to do more than goodness. It is no question that our Senate President and our Speaker of the House are smiling, and I surely am too. Let's go, West Virginia. I'm really, really proud of you, and God bless each and every one of you, and Merry Christmas again.